Hey everybody, welcome back to Spikemuth Cup, where today I'm bringing you guys something very, very special. Remember entrainment Durant? Well, we're kind of playing that, but you remember infinite no retreat falinks? We're also playing that. Let me explain. Yesterday, I was at my local card shop. All my friends were playing in the Digimon tournament, but I don't really own any Digimon cards. So I went and sat at one of the computers in the back and made this really funky team. I kind of had like an epiphany. I realized I was just trying to do like entrainment trap durant. I was trying to figure out like what Pokemon would be the best, and I had an epiphany. Infinite no retreat falinks works so well with this strategy because you raise all of your stats. So you just need 6 turns to raise all of your stats, and then you're pretty much ready for whatever's in the back. And it kind of became like immediately the best thing that I could do. So let's talk about the team really quick here. You already know what this does. We have entrainment and truant. What we're going to do is we're going to give our opponent truant, and what truant does is every other turn, you do not get to move. You just sit there. Now you can switch out on that turn normally, but we're running Gothitelle. So we get our Gothitelle in, we give our opponent truant. They can't switch, they can't move, and every other turn, we just have a free turn to do whatever we would like. I'm running Protect, Iron, and Struggle Bug. You'll never see me click them because Durant has one job, and that's to give both of my opponents Pokemon Truant. Now, you can get away with just giving it to one Mon, and there is a game here where I do that, and that's a really funky game. It's the last game of the video. Really excited for you to see it. I'm really just, I feel really good about how I edited the video today. Next up, we have the Gothitelle Citrus Berry, just because our leftovers is already taken, and our Sash is already taken. Fake Out, Protect, Ally Switch, and Mean Look. And this Mean Look is really important because if you don't know, the way that No Retreat is programmed is you get the boosts and then you get a trapping effect put on you by No Retreat. But if you are already trapped by some other effect, anything but Ingrain, because I tried it with Ingrain once and it doesn't work, but if you're already trapped by some other effect, you do not get the trapping effect from No Retreat, and No Retreat doesn't register that you've already clicked it, if that makes sense. So the trapping effect from No Retreat is what makes it so that you can't click No Retreat again. So if you're already trapped by some other effect and you click No Retreat, you don't get the trapping effect from No Retreat, so you can click No Retreat again. And that's kind of the whole strategy here. So we're going to give both of our opponents Pokemon Truant with our Durant. We're going to Mean Look ourselves with our Gothitelle into our Falinks. And then we're going to be able to click No Retreat 6 times and get boosted all the way up and sweep our opponent's team. Let's talk about the other Pokemon here. We have Serena. The Queenly Majesty is really important because basically if our opponent leaves Fake Out Mons, it becomes really, really dicey. Because even if we flinch with Truant, the next turn, it still counts it like we moved. So we still won't be able to move the next turn, and they just kind of get like 3 free turns in a row to hit us, and that's not good. So most of the time, we'll lead like Durant, Serena. We'll U-turn out our Serena just to kind of block Fake Outs for the turn, get the Truant off, and Gothitelle comes in, fakes out the Pokemon that doesn't have Truant, so that we can like get the whole combo off. Gives us another turn, basically. This Volcarona here is a relic from the other version of this team. Theoretically, you can just go into Volcarona and like do Quiver Dance until you're boosted all the way up and just sweep with Heat Wave or Struggle Bug. I never do that in this video. I'm always doing Falinks because it's just so good. It's so fun. It's the boys, you know what I mean? Next up the Falinks, I'm running Leftover, running Defiant. Defiant's really important. If you do end up in a situation where you don't get both your opponent's Pokemon Truant, Defiant can really help deal with like Intimidate switching, basically. It doesn't matter how many times your opponent Intimidate switches in on you, they cannot lower your stats without you getting attack boosts, which is really, really good. Running No Retreat, Protect. Rock Slide is actually our main attacking move because it's a spread move. Just let you hit both opponents, and really, like, when you're a +4 attack, whatever attack will do. We're not running any attack investment because we really need all of this bulk to kind of live hits because for whenever you end up in a situation where Truant, you know, didn't go off all the way or whatever. The last Pokemon here, I'm running Eject Button Incineroar. I think maybe it'd be better to run like an Eject Button Follow Me Pokemon so that you can like follow me away hits and guaranteed get that first Truant off and get knocked down to Sash at the very worst. I think that would be like in this Volcarona slot, or maybe like maybe like a red card Follow Me Pokemon or something. I really don't know. I think this could be like Eject Button Follow Me, and then the Incineroar can just like do its Incineroar things. So really, Incineroar is here. Usually we're just kind of baiting Fake Out. So our opponent has to protect with like one of their mons, and we can get a free Truant into the other one. And we're just going to straight switch into Gothitelle to have Fake Out for the next turn. This is just my standard Incineroar set, but with eject button instead of like safety goggles or whatever. Now, in order to get the strategy off, there's kind of like two things that have to happen. The first one is the Pokemon that you target with entrainment turn 1 needs to not switch out. If it switches out, the Truants are going to end up like out of sync, and it'll be one Pokemon's Truant one per turn, one Pokemon's Truant the next turn, and we don't want that. That really doesn't work out for the strategy. We kind of need both Pokemon to not move at the same time for like the most optimal way to do this. The other thing that needs to happen is they need to not lead a Ghost type or switch into a Ghost type. So, if you don't know, and a lot of people don't know, apparently, Ghost types cannot be trapped by any kind of trapping moves or abilities. That includes Mean Look, Arena Trap, Shadow Tag. I believe even like binding moves cannot trap Ghost type Pokemon. So like Ghost type Pokemon literally are just not allowed to be trapped. So if your opponent has a Ghost type Pokemon, the whole strategy falls apart. But as you'll see later on, not everybody knows that Ghost type Pokemon can't be trapped. So sometimes you can still get away with it. Yeah, and that's kind of where I was thinking like maybe a red card thing would be good, because you can force your opponent's Ghost type to switch out. That's kind of what Roar on Incineroar should do here, but it kind of gets knocked out a lot of the time before I can get the Roar off. I don't know. It's just stuff that I'm spitballing around. Like, I'm sure this team could be better than it is, and maybe I'll like keep testing it and I'll like make, you know, a more serious team version of this team. But we're just having fun today. That's the team. As always, everybody, if you like this video, leave me a big fat like, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about Infinite No Retreat Falinks, tell me what stupid thing you want to see in Spikemuth Cup or Series 13 next. I'm down to clown this time around. We only got a couple of months until Scarlet and Violet come out. Hopefully, I can afford it for myself and purchase it right when it comes out and start bringing content to you guys as fast as I possibly can. But you know, not everything works out that way. Hopefully it works out that way, but we'll see. In the meantime, give me all of the interaction with the video that you can. Let's push for 1,000. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my goal. Every person counts. I love all of you. Let's go ahead into the battles of this video. You know you can switch whenever you want. No, I guess you don't know that.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
No retreat. No surrender.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.